You talk to your dog in a funny voice that's only for him.
You're such a good boy.
And realize that a cat sleeping on your face means I love you. When you feel that kind of love, you want to feed this kind of love. I Love and You pet food has a taste they go nuts for, with real meat and probiotics to improve digestion. Visit ILYpet.com and use the code ILY25 for 25% off. Also available at retailers including Amazon, Safeway, and Walmart.
We all know that feeling. You stand before an abundance of avocados at the grocery store, all the different shades of green, the different shapes and sizes. You find yourself overwhelmed by the pressing question, which one should I pick? Well, not anymore. Simply look for California avocados. Each one is grown and picked by hand, which means the best avocados are already picked for you. Say goodbye to uncertain avocado picking and hello to the freshest, ripest California avocados. The best avocados have California in them. California avocados, now in season.
You don't have to be a marketing pro to grow your small business. With Constant Contact's suite of email and digital marketing tools, now including SMS, you can build customer relationships that drive big results. Constant Contact's marketing platform makes it easy to automate emails, text offers, grow your list, run social ads, and so much more. And with data at your fingertips, Constant Contact takes the guesswork out of marketing. Start building, expanding, and nurturing your customer base today. Go to ConstantContact.com to get started for free.
Second date update.
Once in a while, we like to ask our listeners to read the Tinder bios of the person that they're interested in.
Oh, yeah, I always like this.
Yeah, but this time, they got ahead of it and just sent it directly to us.
Oh, okay.
Because one of our listeners, James, met a woman online with these things written on her profile. It said, love cats and the color purple.
Okay.
The actual color, not the movie.
The movie's amazing. How could you not love the movie?
Maybe she hasn't seen it.
It's a little harsh. Ready to get my heart broken again.
Okay.
Wow.
She says, I mean, that's not the goal, but it's the likely outcome.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. More than a little. Very jaded.
Be
And
realistic.
she says, if you let me spend the night, I'll stay in your closet and never leave.
That's funny.
Jose, if you
I
read
hope
that
it's
on
funny.
a profile, if you let me spend the night, I'll stay in your closet and never leave, how are you swiping?
I'm swiping right, just regardless. If they're in my feed. At this point, I've given up.
I didn't think you would select left or right, just like go straight up on that swipe.
Super like, huh?
But James,
I need to pay
our
for those,
listener,
Jeff.
read that, and apparently he was immediately hooked.
Oh.
So, James, what does that sentence mean to you? Let me spend the night, I'll stay in your closet and never leave.
It means there's a possibility I might be getting some action. Yeah.
All right.
I thought you were just hoping somebody would hang up your clothes in your closet.
Yeah.
Finally.
Closet action.
Yeah.
So you're the type of guy that either ignores red flags or just doesn't see them at all in the first place.
Or run towards them, man.
Yeah, I
That's
think-
why
I think
they're
he
red,
likes
so
them.
you can
Yeah.
see them
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I see a project. So I don't know.
So what's the name of this
That's-
project that you met?
No.
Her name's Whitney.
Whitney, okay.
Whitney, all right.
Are you, I mean, it sounds just, I know you're joking with us, but were you looking for just a hookup or are you looking for something more serious?
So I think the old me is looking up for the hookup, but the new me, who's like getting older and stuff, I'm thinking more long term now.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
So
right.
the new you is the one who reached out to her online.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
what did new you say?
I joked around with her and was like, "Hey, I cleaned out my closet for you."
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Play off of her joke,
Yeah,
too.
totally.
Literally. But I thought it was funny, and she laughed, and we just started chatting.
All right.
All right. So
Yeah.
did you meet up for a date?
Yeah, we met up at this local bar. She was familiar with it. I go there every now and then. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
cool.
So you guys could have been there at the same time. I always think that's so crazy. You know, like you meet
Yeah.
online, but
You
you could
cross
have
paths.
easily met in person at some
Yeah.
point.
Right.
What was it like when you first saw her?
You know, it was happy hour. I was like not feeling cheap, but like she was totally down to drink. She wasn't like snooty about drinking beer, which was
Okay.
awesome.
It sounds like you're like an old frat guy who wanted to
Yeah.
challenge her to a contest.
Or he's an alcoholic and she's not.
Yeah.
She's like, I
Yeah.
can stop.
It sounds like you've had a bad run-in with girls who were kind of snooty about their beers.
Yeah. You know, some of them, they want their martinis with a twist and some 1942 and all. I'm like, come on, man. I don't want to take a loan out.
Okay.
I
You're like,
see,
throw
I
us
see.
the wells, whatever's on special.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just go with the well drinks today.
She's low maintenance. You like that.
Good.
Exactly. Keep it low.
Okay.
How was your time together?
we talked about our goals and dreams, and I told her about me wanting to be a Hollywood actor because that's kind of been a dream of mine.
Oh, we didn't know that.
What are you doing to make that happen?
Well, I've been taking a lot of classes.
Acting classes?
Stuff with casting directors and people like that.
Was she excited about this for you, or was it like, oh God, this is a guy who's never gonna have a job?
Oh,
well, yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's kind of judgy, Brooke.
that's how my parents felt when I went to art school. So I'm not
Totally.
Exactly.
How
yeah,
did Whitney react?
Yeah, she's like kind of a realist in the sense where she's like gave you that look when I mentioned that, where I could tell in her eyes, where it was like, okay, buddy, what are you really going to do with your life, kind of stuff. But I'm serious about this, and I believe in it. So
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you were okay with her reaction. That didn't.
I was okay with it because I don't expect anyone to, if you tell them you're going to be an actor, that they're going to go, oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's true.
You said what your dream was. Did she ever tell you what her dream job was?
Well, I know she said something about like she was already an executive chef.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Wow, that's
I thought for
impressive.
sure she'd be like a vet or something because of her love of cats,
the
but
cats.
that's amazing.
No, it's probably a lot of her food has cat hair in it.
Right. So she basically was like saying she's like living her dream already.
Oh.
Oh,
Did you give her the same like, well, it's not all that great, but
Yeah,
good
hope
for
that
you.
works
Only one restaurant?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to be supportive.
All right.
It's a great gig, too,
I mean, you
man.
guys got into some deep conversation.
Yeah.
No doubt. How did it end?
It went well. I mean, we had a few more drinks, so, got a little more friendlier. We kind of held hands, and
Yeah,
it's
cute.
like, oh, shoot, this is like almost first base or something.
Almost. You're halfway
That's
there.
not the body part that I usually get excited about touching, but that's okay.
But, yeah, so she came over to my place,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was kind of trying to be funny, so I pushed her in the closet, and I was like, you're staying here forever, so settle in.
Oh.
Did she laugh?
Because yeah.
No, she didn't remember, and she looked a little frightened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
If
kinda
you just
scary,
remember
yeah.
the joke.
Anytime you say I pushed her, it's never like, let's just not do that.
It was a light nudge, but
Did she leave after that?
Yeah.
She stay.
she actually left. But
Oh.
it didn't end bad. Like, we ended up talking and texting, but she only texted me back once.
Maybe
So
you took the joke a little too far.
Well,
Or there was another girl already in your closet, and then she
No,
saw her.
no, my closet's cleaned out, man.
Okay.
just like in any Hollywood movie, you have to have that low point in the movie before you can have the comeback at the climax.
For the climax, yeah.
Yeah. He knows. He takes the class.
Are we going to be the climax for him?
So, yeah, we're going to try and make the climax happen right here
feel like
on
you
a
say
second
that
date
a lot.
update.
All the time,
Nice.
Jeff.
All right, we're going to do it right after this. Hold on.
Okay, cool.
Second date update.
Can you believe we may be talking to the future Tom Hanks right now?
Wow, I didn't think of that.
God, what a career.
Or if he's lucky, the future Pauly Shore.
Oh, well, not quite as beloved.
Google that name. The joke will be funny on your
Yeah.
drive
Okay,
home, okay?
yeah, I'll look into
Paul had a
that.
good 6-year window.
Yeah.
His name is James, and his big dream is to move to Hollywood one day to become an actor. And that topic actually came up during his date the other night with Whitney. Turned out to be good enough to get her back to his place, but not quite good enough to have her stay the entire night.
Yeah. Well, I think his timing is off, which may be something that he needs to work on if he wants to be an actor.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that joke was definitely not received well at the end.
Oh, the
you
joke.
think
Yeah.
you think he has a problem with the timing?
Well, when he pushed her into the closet, it wasn't a good look.
Yeah.
Well, let's hold on because for people just tuning in, that might sound a little bit weird.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah,
some
true.
context to it.
Right.
She had a joke on her dating
Yes.
bio that
Yes.
said, if you let me stay the night, I'll move into your closet
Right.
forever.
Yeah.
But she happened to forget that when she got shoved in the
A
closet.
couple
Yeah.
drinks later.
Yeah.
you're back to his place.
So did create a little bit of an awkward moment, but we're hoping to get things back on track when we call her right now. So,
Yeah.
James, any final thoughts?
Life's like a box of chocolates, you know?
You messed your lineup.
Your
bro.
delivery, man. You got to work on it.
Also,
Yeah.
I
I
taught
know
to
it,
sound
I know
like
it.
this.
Yeah.
Little boy.
That's right. That's why you're in the classes.
Yeah.
We're not expecting you to be famous right now.
All right.
Yep.
You keep practicing those lines,
Yeah.
and we'll talk to Whitney for you, but we'll call you in when we feel like it's time for you, okay?
You got it.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, we're looking for Whitney.
This is who's calling.
Sorry, I said we're because you're actually talking to an entire morning show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Hi, Whitney.
There's Alexis, there's Brooke, Jose, and the star, Jeffrey.
The big shooting star.
What is this about? I'm sorry, I'm very confused.
Well, this is something called a second date update. And we're trying to pry into your dating life a little bit to ask about a guy you went out with the other day named James.
Okay. How do you know about that?
Well,
we know because we read the email that James sent us telling us about your date and how you guys met.
which may sound weird. He's just trying to get help. Like, he really liked you and wants to see you again.
Well, if he told you all about our date, I'm assuming he explained what had happened on the date, right?
Well, here's a snapshot of what happened. He said you guys met online, you went out to a bar, shared a lot about your personal lives there.
About hopes and dreams. And he said it was a really great conversation.
And then you ended up back over at his place. And he did mention making kind of a bad joke, or a joke that you didn't quite understand at first about you living in his closet.
He said he pushed you in there and that you didn't understand the context.
That did happen. That was weird, but believe it or not, that's not even the reason why I didn't call him back.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Let me start by saying I thought he was charming.
Okay.
We had a nice time. I mean, I wouldn't have gone back to his place if I didn't think that he was charming.
Well, Brooke would, so that does something between you.
Brooke doesn't know you have an option to just not go back to the guy's place. Oh, I can go home.
Oh, come on, you guys.
Wait a minute.
Come on.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
The vibes were good before you got back to his place.
Yes, and even when we got back to his place, we were flirting and everything. We had another drink, and sure, he told you that he wants to be an actor, right?
Yeah.
So we decided that we wanted to act out a scene from a movie. You can download some certain...
Oh, that's funny.
That's so fun.
That's awesome.
What a great idea for a date night. So what?
Especially if you're drunk.
Yeah,
It'd be really
totally.
fun.
He didn't mention any of that to us, that you guys read through a script. What'd you guys do?
Yeah, well, we decided on 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay. Who did you play?
I played the main girl part in it.
Okay.
Okay.
He played probably Steve Carell.
Steve Carell's part. That's
The virgin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it funny?
Okay, I don't want to be mean, but he's not good
He's not good? Is that what you just said?
at all.
Oh.
He's awful, actually.
Oh, no.
Not awful. Awful's too strong. I don't want to say that. I could see him as, a supporting character, but he doesn't have, the main man,
Well,
He
hold
should
on.
be more of an extra, you're saying?
To be fair, not only were the two of you drinking a lot that night, but your job is an executive chef, from what we heard.
Yeah, what would you know?
Yeah, what's your expertise in acting?
Yeah, what do you know about acting?
Oh.
I knew this one was not going to go well.
Some attitude there.
Yeah.
Whitney, that's James. He's been on the other line.
Sorry, Whitney.
He's on the phone right now.
Yeah, that's how the segment works.
We let him know that he might hear something he doesn't like.
But you can talk to him. James?
Meow, meow.
What? That's how you're coming in?
Is that a line from the movie?
That was my cat. My cat. Remember from the other night? You like cats? Never mind. Hi, Whitney.
Yes.
Bad one.
The timing,
Hi.
man.
Wait,
Sorry.
so you literally set me up on the radio to, hear me talk about you? What?
No, I was just needing some help because you weren't responding to my text. You text me back one time, so I didn't know what to do.
Okay,
So-
I guess, but well, then you obviously heard what I said. So there's your answer. I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to be rude, but right now I can't support you in your endeavors the way I think you want me to.
You don't think I'm a good actor? Is that what you're saying? Because we read a 40-year-old virgin script?
Did you not believe his performance enough? You didn't believe he was really a virgin in that moment?
Maybe he's just too sexy. And that's why he can't pull off virgin look. Have you ever thought about that, Whitney?
I mean, it was just kind of the way. Have you guys ever seen Friends, the TV show Friends?
Yeah.
You know Joey?
Oh.
Yeah.
It kind of had that vibe. Just
Joey.
I'm trying way too hard. I can't deliver my lines. I'm reading them instead of acting them.
Oh.
Joey was such a good actor. He was an actor playing a bad actor, and he was great at it.
I don't think calling him Joey from Friends was as much of a diss as you thought it was, Whitney.
I'm not trying to like diss him. Like I said, I'm telling you, like I think that you should keep taking your classes. But right now, I think you should stick to those like single person shows on YouTube and see if you get like likes or followers. You know, maybe go from there.
Look, I've had enough of this. I bet you're not even a good chef. You probably burn water.
Wow. Dramatic.
Actually, no. I have plenty of reviews that say otherwise. I'm a fantastic chef, and I actually have proof that I can prove. What are you going to do? Do you have an Academy Award?
Yeah, I don't want to know about all those Yelp followers you paid to give you 3 stars on your filet mignon.
This is getting petty.
No, I'm really enjoying it. Let's keep this energy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you like cat hair in your top ramen.
What?
That was a good one.
That's not really. Yeah, it's not.
Sorry.
I'm not a 12-year-old. Like, you remember your glue? Like, listen, I explained to you what my thoughts were, and if you can't be mature about it, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's not her fault. She didn't even know you were listening. You know, it's not like.
And honestly, I probably did you a favor. Like, you're going to get told no a lot, trust me. So it's probably good that I did it at first before you get into this profession so deeply that you're probably never going to make it in.
Yeah. She does have a point. My parents told me I was never going to make it as a radio host. And I'm glad that they told me that early so that when this fails, I'm not going to be as devastated.
But our show's doing well, Jeff.
Not according to my parents.
Okay, well, look, you might not think my acting is good, but I think your cooking is horrible.
You've never had her cooking.
I
saw your Instagram post.
How can you even say that?
Okay. You're just a hurt little puppy.
Well,
listen, I mean, she does have a good point. You need to have a little bit thicker skin if you're going to try to get into the acting business.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're going to have thicker skin if you're going to want to get into my closet.
Back from the closet.
I don't even think we're going to offer to send them out on a date. You can just read the vibe in this room.
No, I want to go on another date with her. I want to reread a different script, and I want to prove to you, Whitney, that I'm a good actor.
I would almost want to take him up on that if I were you, Whitney.
And something maybe with the kissing scene, you know?
I don't think they're there. I don't think it's going to be a fighting scene for sure.
Little mattress marathon at the end, you know what I mean?
Mattress marathon.
Oh my God, I was in that movie, James. You've seen my work.
Mattress marathon.
It's a lot shorter of a movie than you think.
He was just the weird extra in the back.
James, I'm going to see you in Hollywood, buddy.
Oh, great, we'll
walk the red carpet together.
Yeah, you are. You will.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
What if I told you there was more to the story behind game-changing events? Get ready for my new podcast, That Moment with Damon John. Every Tuesday on the Black Effect Podcast Network, we'll jump into the personal stories of some of the most influential people on the planet, from business moguls and celebrities to athletes and artists. Join me every Tuesday for That Moment with Damon John on the Black Effect Podcast Network, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you go to get your podcasts.
Horrifying monsters, dangerous gods and heroes, and incredible underrepresented women. From the truth about Medusa, she never actually hurt anyone, to the horrors of Theseus, he was basically a serial predator. I am Liv Albert, and Let's Talk About Myths, Baby is the Greek and Roman mythology podcast here with all the dirty details and then some. Listen to Let's Talk About Myths, Baby on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The biggest black market you've never heard of might be blooming right under your nose.
This plant could sell for between $10,000 and $15,000 on the open market.
And where there's big money, there are bigger risks.
We were just tied up in these big M16 strapped to our heads.
I'm Summer Rain Oaks. I'm a plant expert and author. On the Bad Seeds podcast, we explore why your favorite houseplants might have a criminal record. Listen to Bad Seeds on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.